You are listening to The Standard Podcast, May 24th, 2018 edition. This week's headlines include: Scugog continues to negotiate service agreement with Mississaugas. Pat Molloy to run for mayor of Uxbridge in October 22nd election. Kawartha Lakes will need 14 new family physicians within the next 3 to 5 years. And in sports, first game of the season is a win for the Port Perry Mites. And in arts, Leah Daniels' album release party this Saturday. Scugog continues to negotiate service agreement with Mississaugas. Dan Kearns, Scugog. The township of Scugog and the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nation are continuing to negotiate a municipal services agreement. A press release from Scugog Township read, "Since 1996, the township of Scugog has provided road maintenance, fire protection, and emergency services to the Mississaugas of Scugog Island First Nations, MSIFN. The township is proud of the long-standing partnership and friendship it has with the MSIFN, and is currently working to conclude negotiations for an updated municipal services agreement related to those services, and to establish a new friendship agreement between the township and MSIFN. At a meeting on Monday, May 14th, councillors saw a report from CAO Paula Lohr, which provided an update on these negotiations. According to the report, for the last 1.5 years, Mayor Tom Rowett and CAO Lohr have participated in discussions and negotiation meetings with the MSIFN Chief and Council in an attempt to secure municipal service agreement for road maintenance, fire protection, and emergency services provided by the township for the MSIFN lands. The press release from the township read, "For the purpose of the ongoing negotiations, to assess the cost of road maintenance, fire protection, and emergency services specifically for the MSIFN lands. The consultant used a per capita method to calculate the cost of municipal services and other uses, such as recreation facilities, programming, and a library. That analysis costed those services at $245,000 per year. However, the MSIFN did not agree with the method used to calculate the costs, and requested consideration of only costs directly associated with road maintenance, fire protection, and emergency services. As a result, the township willingly worked with the consultant to reassess the direct costs, excluding other services. The revised assessment for costs specific to road maintenance, fire protection, and emergency services totaled $160,000 per year, plus $3,850 per fire call. However, the press release went on to state, the MSIFN had counter-offered a $10,000 annual payment for road maintenance, fire protection, and emergency services, along with a one-time gratuitous payment of $150,000 with the signing of a friendship agreement. The township's release read, "The township is open to signing a friendship agreement similar to other agreements found between First Nations and local municipalities. While some language and details need to be finalized, the friendship agreement will essentially outline our mutual respect, as well as a commitment to education, training, and acknowledgement of the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island." The township combined financial offering for the MSIFN is close to the revised calculated service costs. The township is hopeful that the outstanding details can be finalized in the coming months. The township has already reached a municipal service agreement with the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation, OLG. That agreement was approved by Scugog Council in early November. In 1996, the township and MSIFN agreed on a fire protection service agreement for the township to provide fire protection services to the MSIFN reserved lands that didn't include the casino. But that agreement was suspended in 2000, when the township and MSIFN entered into a revenue-sharing agreement for the casino funds. However, according to CAO Allur's report, the 1996 agreement was reinstated after the township reached a municipal service agreement with the OLG, because it was never officially terminated. The report went on to state, before the township can claim a new service fee, the 1996 agreement must be terminated. The township's lawyers recommending the township terminate the 1996 agreement by providing 6 months' notice to the MSIFN. But CAO Allur's report said, if the township and the MSIFN cannot come to an agreement on a municipal service agreement by June 29th, current fire protection and emergency services being provided to MSIFN Reserve Number 34, including those services pursuant to the existing Mutual Fire Protection Agreement dated November 1st, 1996, will be terminated effective December 31st, 2018. The township will also cease to provide any and all road maintenance services to the MSIFN Reserve Number 34 as of that date. However, Scugog's press release stressed, while negotiations are continuing, the township assures that fire and emergency services will continue in full. Furthermore, should the MSIFN decide to obtain alternative means to provide fire and emergency services, Scugog will oversee a smooth transition from one service provider to another. The relationship between the township and MSIFN is very important historically, and for the future of Scugog. The township's goal is to renew their long-standing partnership with an agreement based on respect, with fair and equitable terms for both parties, the press release stated. Pat Molloy to run for mayor of Uxbridge in October 22nd election. Christopher Green, Uxbridge. Interim Mayor Pat Molloy confirmed to the Standard he will be running for the full-time position of mayor in the October 22nd municipal election. Mr. Molloy shared why he's running for mayor.
I love where I live, and I know that you got to put your hand up sometimes.
He went on to reassure the Standard that as mayor, he will be able to continue working hard for the residents of his former ward, Ward 2.
Obviously, we have to get this culvert finished. That's really important.
Mr. Molloy said, speaking of current projects he hopes to maintain.
We also have the animal shelter. We have to complete it this year. We got to make sure we have the shovel in the ground very, very soon. We have to get that built.
The trail system in Uxbridge was another feature which he expressed the need to preserve. He also spoke of new projects he hopes to see started.
Well, I've been on the hospital advisory committee for the last, I think, 2 years. I can't remember now. And we're working towards a new hospital by 2025.
While he's optimistic about Uxbridge's future, he also shared about challenges facing the township.
Making sure that we don't get any more provincial cuts is number one. You know, if you've got the money, it's easy. But if you don't have the money, life gets very, very difficult.
Serving as deputy mayor to former Mayor Gary Lynn O'Connor, Mr. Molloy was able to learn from her example.
Gary Lynn was right in the community. She couldn't go into Tim Hortons without saying hi to 50 people.
In the interest of civil competition, the Standard asked Mr. Molloy, as well as his competitor for the mayor's chair, Dave Barton, to each name a positive trait about their opponent, which could help their opponent win. Mr. Molloy responded,
He grew up here, so he's been here 42 years. I've only been here 30. So he does have some roots here for sure.
When asked the same question about Mr. Molloy, Mr. Barton said, Pat is extremely connected with the people of Zephyr, and I believe that he has demonstrated a great deal of loyalty to that community. When asked why residents should vote for him, Dave Barton said, My approach is to listen, be collaborative and transparent. He said, I am never afraid to ask for advice and have a team of advisors who are at the top of their fields. When asked why residents should vote for him, Pat Molloy said,
I think the most important thing, and I think what residents look for, particularly here in Uxbridge, is its experience. I've done a good job, quite frankly. I have. And it's not just sitting in the chair. I've got some great committees rolling. For example, the Age-Friendly Committee that I started.
To contact Pat Molloy, email him at pmolloy@town.uxbridge.on.ca. That's pmolloy@town.uxbridge.on.ca. Or call him at 416-320-2583. To contact Dave Barton, email him at dbarton@town.uxbridge.on.ca. That's dbarton@town.uxbridge.on.ca. Or call him at 416-705-2960. Read it. Hear it. See it. Know it. The Standard, the local newspaper that covers North Durham and the Kawarthas. Want to grow your business? Want to see and hear what everyone is talking about? Just say yes. Call now, 905-985-6985. Or just listen. Kawartha Lakes will need 14 new family physicians within the next 3 to 5 years. Cassidy McMullen, Kawartha Lakes. In the next 3 to 5 years, Kawartha Lakes will need 14 new family physicians, the Kawartha Lakes Healthcare Initiative said. Dr. Sheila May Young, president of the Kawartha Lakes Healthcare Initiative, gave Kawartha Lakes City Council their annual update on May 15th, highlighting their 15-year history in Kawartha and their success. In 2003, Kawartha Lakes had 28 family doctors for a population of around 70,000 people. Thanks to the Kawartha Lakes Family Doctor Recruitment, a branch of Kawartha Lakes Healthcare Initiative, that number is now 41. Dr. Young said, We are and continue to be successful in our recruitment efforts. But while the number has almost doubled over the last 15 years, Kawartha Lakes is still in need of family doctors. In the next 3 to 5 years, Kawartha Lakes will need 7 doctors to replace retiring ones. It's not as easy as switching out a retiring doctor for a new one either. Dr. Young noted, doctors can have 2,000 to 3,000 patients, which isn't something a new doctor can manage or want to take on by themselves, according to Dr. Young. So for every retiring doctor, you might need 2 or 3 doctors to replace them. Dr. Young said they used a number of ways to attract family doctors into the area, like the Medical Learner Program. Kawartha Lakes Family Doctor Recruitment is currently talking to the University of Toronto to set up a Medical Learner Program enabling students to spend at least 2 years working in the community. Dr. Young said, Anytime you have a learner, you have a potential family physician for the city of Kawartha Lakes. In operational dollars, the city of Kawartha Lakes spends $64,840 on the initiative, not including the $48,000 on incentive funding to encourage doctors to practice in the community. Councillor Emmett Yeo said, "You do a great job. It's the funding that I have a problem with. I do not believe that it should be the property owner's responsibility to look after medical service in this province. The provincial government is responsible for funding healthcare. Councillor Yeo feels the province should also be responsible for the distribution of physicians and footing the bill for these initiatives, but Councillor Isaac Brenner would go farther. Councillor Brenner said, "We should be stopping this program completely and getting together with all of the municipalities and say, look, we got to stop this because we're not helping each other by all competing with each other. We're not allowed to, as a municipality, to incentivize the CEO, because it's illegal, but for a doctor, it's fine." Councillor Brenner also said the municipality should be looking for people trying to get into medical schools, but can't because of the limited availability of spots, which is one of the reasons for the family physicians shortage in Ontario.
Technical foul.
North Durham Sports. First game of the season is a win for the Port Perry Mites. Laura Lee McKelvey. The Port Perry Angels Mites division win their first game of the season, defeating the Aurora Diggers 8-4. It was a great effort by all of the girls. Special mention goes to our pitchers, as Bella got 6 Ks and Caitlin got 5 Ks. Kaylee and Bree made great plays in the field by throwing out 2 runners at first. When up to bat, we loaded up the bases in the first inning with Kaylee hitting a triple and clearing the bases. Kaylee also hit a solo home run in the third and made an awesome bunt, scoring 2 runners in the second. The game ended on a high note, with freezies for the girls for a game well played. 3 cheers for the Port Perry Angels. Our next game is Wednesday, May 30th at 6:30 p.m. at Carolyn Best. See you there. Arts and entertainment. Leah Daniels' album release party this Saturday. Dan Kearns, Uxbridge. Local country music star Leah Daniels is inviting fans to help her celebrate the release of her new album, The Story, in Uxbridge this weekend. An album release party will be held at Second Wedge Brewery in Miss Daniels' hometown of Uxbridge on Saturday, May 26th. The event is open to all ages. It will begin at 7 p.m. and runs until 9 p.m. Tickets to the release party can be purchased online at www.leahdaniels.com/store. That's www.leahdaniels.com/store. Second Wedge Brewery is located at 14 Victoria Street. For more local news, visit www.thestandardnewspaper.ca. The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio. Visit www.greenstreamstudio.ca for all your multimedia production needs. Do you have audio production needs?
I'm sure Christopher can clean that up.
Greenstream Studio is here for you.
I am completely impressed with Christopher Green's work. Chris is hardworking, trustworthy, and on top of that, he has a great ear for audio.
His audio editing and sound design skills are very high quality.
He would be an asset to any organization requiring these expertise and attention to detail.
He just gets what makes audio compelling.
For more information, visit greenstreamstudio.ca.